Heck yeah!
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Ooh, what's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. And this is episode number 871 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello. All right. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Wherever you are, wherever you may be hanging out, doing what you do, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you're on the road, which might be work. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, Amos. Yeah, that snuck up on me. I know you hate when I burp. Uh-oh, what the fuck did I just do? Oh, yeah, how's it going? Hope you're good. I'm good. Busy morning as usual. Nothing major, nothing crazy to report. Just a typical morning of tomfoolery and shenanigans, trying to make my way in this crazy mixed up world. I don't know.
Heck yeah!
No, heck yeah, Jen, what? Finally talked to Jen this morning. She's been busy. I've been trying to give her space. You know, life gets in the way, and Jen does a lot for me. She does a lot for this show. And sometimes you just need your space to get away from me in this show. And I didn't know if that was the case, so I just kind of didn't bother her because I know she was busy. But she texted this morning, and so it was nice to hear from her. And she's back! Jen, thank you for resubscribing for 33 months. Be Hannon! Sir! Ow. God damn, my shoulder hurts. Thank you for resubscribing for 26 months, sir, with a Prime sub. Much appreciated to both of you. So we got a busy show today. Of course, we're going to get hot and heavy into the game last night. Big game, really big show. Yep, you know what happened. You know what it do. You know what it did. And it did the damn thing. Texans, Cowboys was last night. So we'll get into that. And we'll also get into what the fuck is happening. We'll get into some full week 11 NFL. We didn't get to it yesterday because we did college football. Mostly we did some Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which we'll wrap up today. I have the video that I promised you. I have that. And we have some other stuff. So we'll get to it. Chris! Sir! Thank you for the 69. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, my friend. That's very kind of you. Hey, real quick reminder. Hold on. Hold the damn phone. Where did it go? A couple of programming notes. What? Oh, that's weird. Why did that pop up? That's awkward. There we go. A couple of not necessarily programming notes, but notes about your boy. In case you are interested. A couple of programming notes for you. One, I will be at the Houston Improv with my buddy Alan Adams this Friday. Featuring for Alan. He's going to be closing out the show. So I'll be there. It's one show only, 7:30, which means I think I'm doing like a 30-minute set or so, I think he said. Something like that. So I'll be doing a longer than normal set on a show like this. It's usually like a showcase show on stuff like this, but I think he wants me to do a little longer. So probably a 30-ish minute set at the Houston Improv this Friday with my boy Alan Adams. Alan's blowing up too. Cool. Glad for him. Good for him. Alan has done Hop Scholar before. He's a good buddy. I don't know if he's done this show. I think he did do this show. Him and another guy, Gerald Taragosa, they did it together because they had a podcast called Sorry for Screaming. I think they did the show together. And, but Alan is a phenomenal writer and a phenomenal joke teller, phenomenal stand-up comedian. And it's going to be a great show. So we're doing that. But also this Saturday at Hop Scholar, November show is a full blast. Tickets still available. Come up and hang out. Got a killer lineup for you. Two fantastic comedians. One of them being my boy Kanice. That's right, friend of the show, Kanice Nana. Going to be featuring Tyler Elliott is our headliner, bringing him in from Dallas. He is a fantastic comic, number one. And number two, he has been featuring for Dusty Slay on the road quite a bit. So you know he's got to be funny if Dusty Slay lets him feature for him. Not once, not twice, but quite often. So don't want to miss that. Tyler's going to be headlining. Kanice is going to be featuring. I'll be emceeing as well. Get tickets. It will sell out, I promise. Donna was looking for some deckheads to go with. So if you have been thinking about going, if you've been wanting to catch a show at Hop Scholar, which you should because they're hella fun, go check it out and get with Donna. And maybe you guys can share a table. There's, I think, 1 or 2 VIP tables left. I know Robert Likes Beer is going. He's already got his tickets. Him and his lovely wife have never missed a show yet. The streak is alive. He's the Cal Ripken of Hop Scholar. So you get to hang out with him. Mark G has been to Hop Scholar shows in the past. He can tell you how much fun it is. Several deckheads have been. Christopher Reyes used to go all the time before he ended up hating me. So it's a lot of fun. You should definitely go if you have the opportunity and you're looking for a rocking good time. And let's be real. About this time next week, your family's going to start coming to town and you're going to be miserable. You're just going to be goddamn miserable. So why not get some giggles in your life before you start hating your entire family? So come out, catch a show Friday or Saturday. Houston Improv Friday, Hop Scholar Ale House, Comedy Night at Hop Scholar on Saturday up here in Spring, Texas. Go do it, big damn jerks. All right, let me pull up the chat here. Thank you for that, Mark. Mark said it's a great time. Lots of fun. Thank you, sir. Ringing endorsement. Oh, Jesus. What the frick? Why does it do that all the damn time? All the time, sir. Barry, I'm all ready. What does that mean? I'm all ready. Barry, I am already. I am already what, sir? I am already what, sir? What did that do? Why did that do that? I don't know what's happening to all my stuff right now. All right, busy show. You can see all the topics that we have for you over here. We're going to do some headlines. NFL Week 11, Texans, Cowboys. We may not go in that order, but we're definitely going to get to it. Barry on Deck Fantasy is today. And then I promised you a video about Eddie Hearn roasting and talking about Jake Paul and his skills and abilities. Eddie Hearn is a promoter, a boxing promoter and booker, kind of like Don King. He's like the Don King of the UK. Less scandalous, and probably a better boxing acumen than Don King, if truth be told. And probably less pomp and circumstance overall. However, still some pomp, some circumstance. Yeah. What the fuck? What is happening? Everything is so jacked up right now. I have no idea what just happened to all this. I'm going to have to redo my slides here. They got all goofed. Yeah, so, I see. Alex said, I'm already miserable. I don't know nobody over at my house. I don't want nobody over at my house. Yeah, that's most people, I think. It's all fun and games until the family shows up. And then you're like, oh, yeah, this is why I don't go hang out with these people all the time. That's right. I don't like them. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, we're going to get to that video as well. We'll talk a little, AP poll. It's out. Not that it matters as much anymore now with the college football playoff rankings out. Those matter way more, but we'll still get to them and, you know, we can talk about it for sure. That's it. So there's the agenda. Plus, you know, whatever the hell else pops up, you know how we do. We get crazy buck wild with it sometimes. Wow. Sorry, folks. I was like, my headlines are all jacked up. Fixed now. Fixed. Okay. Boy, some things just now I do have a couple of programming notes for you. Some, I guess not, I don't know. Good news, bad news, bids, whatever. First of all, we won't be doing the new pick'em until Thursday. We're going to do fantasy today, but I won't have your pick'em matchup until Thursday. Reason being, it's just too early. And I know what you're thinking. Well, maybe we could do it tomorrow. Well, we'll get to that. But first, I got to say, Heartthrob! Thank you for the 200 biddies, buddy. Heartthrob said, one of us has officially been at his job 2 years and just now got an email that said a raise has been approved. Let's go, Heartthrob. Congratulations, man. I know you are a hard worker. You bust your ass at that job. Sir, you earned that raise. Congratulations to you, my friend. Keep pimping. You do a damn good job, sir. You do. I know you do. You bust your ass. I know this, man. Good for you, buddy. Proud of you, man. I won't say much. I'll just say this. Your boy has applied for a job. And we move on. AV, I'm hosting 10 friends for a beer share on Tuesday. Then 40 families show up Thursday. It gets wild around here. Oh, good Lord, Jared. That's crazy. What up, Flip? You're never late when you're here, buddy. You're never late when you're here. Okay. Now, some bad news for you. Okay. Good. So again, we're not doing pick'em today or tomorrow. And the reason we're not doing pick'em tomorrow is because there's no show tomorrow. Sad face. The reason there's no show tomorrow is I will be recording an episode of The Nightcap for Fox 26. I'll be recording an episode of the Nightcap for Fox 26. It's a fun show. It comes on after the Isaiah Factor. And this time around, the topic... Oh, God, I gotta find it. Jeez. God. This is way down here. Hold on. I can tell you the topic. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. The topic is holiday stress for married couples. Whose family home do you go to? Yours, hers, etc. So it says we're taping November 20th. Arrival time is 3 p.m. That's tomorrow, 3 p.m. So she asked me, did I want to do it? And I said yes. And I kind of owe her because I had to cancel on her a few weeks ago, back when I filled in on the Killer Bees at Nick's place. I had originally been scheduled to go record an episode of the Nightcap. And that's when Joe George had messaged me and was like, hey, do you want to fill in for Jeremy? He's out. I think it was that Halloween. He was like, he's out. Do you want to come in and, or no, it was the debate or whatever. It was, yeah, it was like the election or whatever. He's like, do you want to come in and do it? I said, yes. So I had to cancel on them. I was like, I'm sorry, I got to go do this. She was like, it's okay. So when she messaged me and said, do you want to do this? I said, yes. She goes, oh, cool. I'm glad. I was like, I kind of owe you. Yes. So Jared said, oh, so you big timed her for your buddy Joel. I see what you did there, Jared. No, I big timed her for a paycheck. So, yeah, see, they don't, some of these television things don't pay. Some of them do. Some of them don't. So when the choice becomes, do you do a television show with little or no pay? Or do you do radio, which is going to pay? Yeah. Plus, you get to work with your boy. Yeah. It was a no-brainer. I'm going to go make the money. I'm going to go get paid for sure. Now, you know, had they both been free or equal pay, I'd have been like, I'm sorry, I'm already committed over here. But it becomes a no-brainer. Financially, it was like, yeah, I got to go get paid. That's going to always trump anything else I'm doing, if all things being equal. But I'm excited this time around. I said yes. I said, look, I owe you. I'm going to do this. Let's get it. Let's do it. And she goes, oh, cool. This is going to be fun because... let me see. What'd she say? I'm going to read this exactly. She said, we're taping November 20th. Arrival time is 3 p.m. I was like, yep, that sounds fun. Plus, I owe you since I had to cancel on you last time, so count me in. She goes, okay, yay. She said, Bun B and his wife will also be on this episode. I was like, oh, cool. So that should be fun. I'll be doing the Nightcap, and apparently, unless something changes, I'll be doing it with Bun B and his wife. Pretty cool. So, I'm sure there'll be others on the show besides me and Bun B and his wife. I'm guessing they usually will have like a single person or something like that. But it should be a good time. Even if Bun B's not there, it's always a fun time. It's always a good time, fun time. So yeah, it'll be fun. Cisco, wouldn't that be fantastic? Tony said Total Dallas is fixing the stadium roof today. Isn't that wild? So that's why there's no show tomorrow. I'll be filming the Nightcap for Fox 26 with Bun B. And as you know, Carolina Sanchez has done this show before. What a fun interview that was. So, yes, Amos, I know his wife's name. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Who you think I am, pimp? Who you think I is, bro? Who you think I is, man? All right, let's get to it. We got a lot of shit to do. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Tons of headlines, tons of sports to discuss. And we got a birthday today. A real one. Yeah, we got a ton to get to. A ton to get to. So without further ado, let's just start with our sports headlines and get after it. All right, it's sports headlines for the day. Oh, and we got to do fantasy, so don't forget that either. Here's sports headlines for the day. They've already started giving out MLB Awards in case you weren't aware. Where did my link go? No, where the frick did it go? There it is. And those will slowly start being announced. Really no surprise here, but the Pirates, Paul Skeens has won National League Rookie of the Year. No surprise at all, really, that this was the case. It says, since his May 11 debut, Skeens led MLB in ERA while ranking third in strikeouts, behind Cy Young contenders Chris Sale and Tarek Skubal. I mean, that's pretty good for a rookie, no less. This dude is insane. You guys know the story. So he's a badass, and he is a literal generational talent. I can't wait to see how the Pirates fuck this up. Because they're going to. Believe that. The Pirates are going to fuck this up. They always do. I want to remind you, the Pirates are the team that had Garrett Cole. And they somehow managed to squander the twilight or the beginning of his career. So they're going to probably fuck this up as well. Luis Gil, a 26-year-old revelation 2+ years removed from Tommy John surgery, was the Rookie of the Year in the American League for the Yankees. So let's see. It says Skeens was voted the National League's Rookie of the Year, beating out outfielders Jackson Merrill and Jackson Churio. Gil edged out teammate and catcher Austin Wells and Colton Cowser of outfielder for the Orioles. So, there you go. We should get more of these. Let's see. Do we have MLB Awards announcements? Let's see. Let's get the full sketch. Here's the all MLB team. They did announce this. If you give a shit. Most of you probably don't. Most of you hate baseball anyways because you're losers and you can't stand a thinking man's sport. Here's your all MLB team. First team, William Contreras, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Ketel Marte, Bobby Witt Jr., Jose Ramirez, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Mookie Betts. Shohei Ohtani was the DH. And your starting pitching was Chris Sale, Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, Zach Wheeler, and Corbin Burns. Relief pitchers were Emmanuel Clace and Ryan Helsley. Yep, the second team. Oh, boy, look at that. You got some Astros on the second team. Finally, Salvador Perez, Bryce Harper, Jose Altuve, Francisco Lindor, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, Jarren Duran, Teoscar Hernandez, Yordan Alvarez was the DH, Seth Lugo, Dylan Cease, Shota Imanaga, Framber Valdez, Michael King was the starters, Mason Miller, and Kirby Yates was the relief pitchers. So here's the rest of the awards. Managers of the Year will be announced tonight. There's your Rookie of the Years. Manager of the Years will be announced tonight. Here's who's up for it. AJ Hinch, of the Tigers, Matt Quatraro of the Royals, and Stephen Vogt of the Guardians are the AL Manager of the Year finalists. Over in the National League, it's Carlos Mendoza of the Mets, Pat Murphy of the Brewers, and Mike Schilt of the Padres. You want my opinion on who should win? Probably Stephen Vogt of the Guardians should win. Although the Tigers' run that they had down the stretch was pretty impressive. The Guardians kind of did the opposite, right? The Guardians were pretty dominant most of the year and then faded a little down the stretch. Whereas the Tigers were kind of the opposite. They were kind of toiling for most of the year and then turned it on down the stretch. But Guardians ended up winning the Central. Tigers made the playoffs, but were actually third in that division behind the Royals. But pretty wild that actually all three AL Managers of the Year come from the same division. Tigers, Royals, and Guardians. Pretty wild. Over in the National League, you've got Mendoza of the Mets, Murphy of the Brewers, and Schilt of the Padres. This one's a little bit different because with the Mets, you've got a ton of money and a ton of expectations, and a ton of talent. Padres, similar. I mean, when you look at some of the talent that the Padres have, and then of course the Brewers, I don't think many people expected the Brewers to be as good as they were. I mean, they win the division by 10. Nobody else in that division even makes the playoffs. To me, I go Mike Schilt of the Padres, and here's why. They were in the division with the Dodgers, and they gave the Dodgers a run for their money. They only lose that division by 5. So they gave the Dodgers all they could handle. Now, granted, the Dodgers had some injuries, but I have a feeling Pat Murphy of the Brewers is probably going to win it. It wouldn't surprise me if Carlos Mendoza, because East Coast, New York. But I just feel like Schilt and the Padres really took it to the Dodgers all year. Other awards that you'll see on Wednesday, they'll be doing the Cy Young Awards. You got Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians, Seth Lugo of the Royals, and Tarek Skubal of the Tigers are the finalists. This is a no-brainer. It's Tarek Skubal. Period. End of story. It's not even close. Done deal. There's no debates. There's no arguments. That's what it's going to be. Over in the National League, Chris Sale of the Braves, Paul Skeens of the Pirates, and Zach Wheeler of the Phillies? Really? The Wheeler Phillies? Zach Wheeler of the Phillies are the finalists for the National League Cy Young. This is a little more... I doubt you're going to get Paul Skeens to win Rookie of the Year and Cy Young, although it could happen. I do want to see some stats real quick, though. Let's pull up some stats. I have a feeling Chris Sale is going to win this. I just think that he was the talk of the town, and he very well could be the man that, I mean, all three of these guys really are worthy. What's going on with this? Come on, man. Now, I want to also remind you, these are regular season awards. So when you start bringing up, well, look at the postseason. Yeah, no, this is regular season awards. We can throw up a couple of stats here. And you can see Wheeler. God, look at that Phillies rotation. Wheeler and Nola led the National League in quality starts between the two of them. Wheeler had 26. Sale had 18. They were very careful with Skeens, though. They really kept him, his innings manageable. And that's why you'll only see 15 quality starts out of him. Now, he was 11-3. Chris Sale was 18-3, and Zach Wheeler was 16-7. Wheeler's ERA was 2.57. Sale had a 2.38, but man, Paul Skeens with a 1.96 ERA. That is insane. Let's see. Okay, are we not? I guess we're not going to show that. Oh, there it's, 196 ERA. And his whip was .95. That is nasty. Wheeler had a .96 and Sale had a 1.01. It's going to be close. I have a feeling. Let's see. Strikeouts and strikeout to walk ratio. Sale had 225 strikeouts with an 11.4 strikeout to walk ratio. Wheeler had 224 and a 10.1. Skeens had 170 and 11.5. Damn. So I think that's why Skeens won't. He 23 starts versus 29 and 32. Sale had a lower ERA. Wheeler had more, let's see. Sale had more wins, more strikeouts. Yeah, I think, barely. Had a higher strikeout to walk ratio. Wheeler has the lower whip. About the same WAR. I think Sale ends up winning this. It's going to be close, though. Like I said, going to be close. You can make the case for both, but I don't think Skeens wins this because he's also Rookie of the Year and just way less starts. 23 versus 32 and 29. So, and then lastly, your MVP awards will be done on Thursday. American League, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Bobby Witt Jr. Aaron Judge is winning this. That's just how that's going to go. Deal with it. Over in the National League, you got Francisco Lindor, Ketel Marte, and Shohei Ohtani. Really? Do we need to discuss this? It's Shohei Ohtani. I mean, it's cute that they put other people's names on the list. It ain't happening. It's Shohei Ohtani. So it'll be Aaron Judge. It'll be Shohei Ohtani. It might be Juan Soto. It's not going to be Bobby Witt Jr., bless his heart. But it'll be Aaron Judge. It'll be, which, Aaron Judge has put up numbers before, but Juan Soto really made a difference. So you could seriously make a case for him being the MVP just because how much better he made Aaron Judge when he got there. But I digress. All right, more headlines for you. The Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight grossed $18.1 million at the gate, which is a combat sport record outside of Las Vegas. Obviously, when you have it in a stadium like Jerry World, even without the roof collapsing, it's going to be a big deal. Is my chat frozen? What is happening? Yeah, my chat's frozen. I'm not seeing shit coming through. Sorry, guys. You guys have been chatting to me. I haven't seen a damn thing. No wonder. Yeah, I missed Mark's chat. I missed all your chats. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sitting here and see, Clarence, I missed that. LSU great, Paul Skeens. Yeah. I don't know why my chat wasn't working. Try this again. Refresh. I don't know. I'm going to close this and reopen it. Let's try that. Yes. Close. I'll try to fix that. So the gate was huge. And again, there was no pay-per-view buys per se. I'm pretty sure that Netflix paid a grip for it, though. Let's see. How much did Netflix pay for the Tyson Paul fight? Netflix says 60 million households watch Tyson Paul. Let's see if we can find it. How much will Jake Paul and Mike Tyson be paid from their Netflix match? Here we go again. Jake Paul has coaxed another professional fighter into boxing him. Paul made millions as a YouTuber. There's no confirmed figures on the fighters as of yet, but Paul himself said that he's here to make $40 million and knock out a legend in a promotional YouTube video. On Tyson's side of things, His figures is supposedly in the 20 million area, somewhere according to USA Today's Mike Giannotto. So combined, they're going to make 60 million. Bottom line, there's a lot of money riding on the fight. There's another article that says, go away, that I guess 60 million households. So $1 a house is what they're going to get paid. I guess that was the deal. That's interesting. That's a drop in the bucket to Netflix, though. If you really think about it, that is a drop in the bucket to Netflix. That's nothing. That's nothing. Keep the chat on. Thank you, Walt. Yep, I see that. Oh, wait, that's the original. Yeah, so I see, what up, people? I see Rudy Rod, sanitize, wash hands, social distance. I see Walt's testing 1, 2, 3. Walt, did you just send that? Yeah. Okay, you sent that at 3:01. Got it. Thank you, sir. Keep the chat on so we can make you laugh in your meeting. I don't know who said that. Clarence said that was the worst fight I've seen since me versus my toilet after Taco Bell. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Okay, so that seems to be working out. Good, thank you. Awesome. I guess rebooting it fixed it. So I promised you yesterday, speaking of Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, I told you there was a video out of Eddie Hearn, who is a promoter / booker. Amos said, is it? Netflix has been operating in the red for years. Have they? Because I feel like, is Netflix operating in the red? Netflix was in the red, 3.14 billion. Damn. That was in 2019. By 2020, no, Netflix is not operating in the red and has made a significant turnaround in its cash flow. In 2019, Netflix was negative 3.14 billion, but by 2023, it had increased to 6.93 billion positive. So that turnaround was due to a rise in net operating cash flow, while capital expenditures remained relatively stable. Over the past 5 years, Netflix averages FCF have been 1.44 billion, which is below industry average of 5.3. So, yeah, I don't think it's. I was gonna say they're making money like crazy. Because if you think about it, if you do, how many subscribers does Netflix have? Right? Netflix has 282.7 million subscribers. And then you do, what is the average? I don't even know what I pay. Cost of a Netflix subscription. Average, I think I pay $15.49 for standard. Yeah. So it's anywhere from $7 to $23, and $15.50 is the average. So that's anywhere from, let's see, 7, 15, and 23. Let's see. 7, 15, 23. The average is $15. And we said they had how many times? 282700000. That means they're making $4.24 billion a year on average if they get $15, if they average $15 per person. And that's just subscriber money. 4.24 billion. That's crazy. I mean, we think about what it costs to make a movie, or, I mean, they're not spending billions on these movies. They spend a couple $100 million on a movie. That's nothing. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But they're always adding too, so. Netflix cut back on shows and they forced people to subscribe if they were sharing accounts. Yep, and that'll increase revenue too. Bigly. All right, so anyways, I told you about Eddie Hearn. Yesterday we were talking about Jake Paul, and I was trying to put a bow on Jake Paul's career. I was trying to put a bow on convincing you that Jake Paul's a fraud as a boxer. And some of you don't need to be convinced. Some of you out there in combat sports land still need to be convinced. Some of you watching this are closeted Jake Paul fans. Some of you are outwardly Jake Paul fans. Some of you still think that his career has merit. Some of you still think that his skill set is worthy of being labeled as a professional boxer. In reality, in fact, pretty much all of these fights are exhibition fights. They are gimmicky, sideshow, circus fights. They're not true boxing matches. Their rules don't, I know that it was licensed by the TLDR, but it was not sanctioned by a boxing governing body. Was the Paul Tyson fight a sanctioned fight? Tyson Paul fight was sanctioned as a professional bout by the TLDR, so the fighters must follow mandatory requirements set by the organization. So yeah, it was sanctioned by TLDR, but it was not like a WBA, WBC, WBO type of fight. All that means when it's sanctioned by TLDR is Texas or TDLR, Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, which, by the way, when it comes to MMA, they've made significant strides, but those guys are still pretty bad. That was weird. I just lost all of my devices. Like, literally, I just lost all of my shit. All of my devices went blank. My 2 Stream Decks, my Loop Deck, my keyboard, my mouse, my Rodecaster. The only thing that didn't go blank was my camera. That was weird. Everything just crapped out. Very strange. Very strange. No idea why I did that. Good times. Very weird. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, I was just saying, even though it's sanctioned by Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, these guys were, for years, especially in the MMA world, they were kind of a joke. Don't talk about Texas regulators. Yeah, no shit, right? But so really all that means is there's just certain rules, like you have to have an EKG if you're over 40, you have to make weight. There's certain basic requirements, but your bout can have whatever rules, like, you know, there's standard rules, and then there's like, they can have other provisions. Like Jake Paul had silly rules, like how big the gloves were and all this shit, because he didn't want to get hit by Tyson. They had these huge oversized pillows for gloves because he didn't want to get his ass whooped. He didn't want to get knocked the fuck out. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight rules. Let's see. Fight will be feature 8 2-minute rounds, shorter than the standard 3-minute rounds. Fighters will use 14-ounce gloves, a departure from 10-ounce standards for heavyweights. The adjustment may affect the fight's tempo and tactics. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there was just a bunch of bullshit surrounding all this. It wasn't, again, sideshow, circus type shit. I digress. If you're not going to take it from me, if you're not going to believe that this dude is a clown, one, but more importantly, if you're not going to believe that he lacks actual skills in the ring to be a legitimate boxer, then take it from a man whose job it is to book fights all over the world, but specifically in the UK, a man by the name of Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is a promoter. He is a British sports promoter, chairman of Matchroom Sports. And it says he's promoted many world championship boxers through Matchroom, including Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, and Vasily Lomachenko. So this dude knows the sport. And I want you to watch him talk about Jake Paul in front of Jake Paul. This is not like Eddie Hearn went on a podcast and was like, yeah, Jake Paul sucks. No, Jake Paul went Simon Cowell and just flat out talk shit about Jake Paul and his skill set in front of Jake Paul. And then you get to watch Jake Paul be like, well, I mean, he was a pretty good MMA fan. He was like, nah, he's a bum. He's, I would. And he was like, no, it's fucking hilarious. And it's so factual and so true and so on point. Watch this shit. Now maybe you'll understand just how fantastical this is. Check it out.
Everyone's entitled to have a dream. No, seriously. I'm being serious. I think there's absolutely no way he can beat a world champion and become world champion. But I will say he's improving a lot. He's dedicated to the sport. I don't know how good he is because he hasn't really faced a real fighter yet. It's not his fault. He signed to fight Tommy Fury.
A five-time world champion in Tyron Woodley's a real fighter.
He's not a real boxer. He's not, Jake.
Well, I
Jake,
mean, the
he
first
can't.
skill at MMA is boxing.
Jake, he
won the UFC championship with a right hand.
He's a great UFC fighter.
Do you consider Tommy Fury a real boxer?
Yes, but I'm not in terms of ability. But listen. But
so what defines a real boxer?
A real boxer is someone that is his craft.
Like Andy Bishop, who have
Who's
10.
Andy Bishop?
Exactly, but he's a real boxer, right?
Yeah,
because anyone can go and get a professional.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, Usman does not qualify to give you any right to talk about you fighting for a world title, and nor does Tommy Fury actually. But I give you the props, I give you the respect. You're improving all the time, but the proof will be in the pudding. I don't believe. By the way, I've said that I think Jake Paul is better than some fighters, but I don't believe you will ever get close to being a world-class fighter.
Eddie Hearn, you're my goddamn hero, sir. I don't know where I can go and join the Eddie Hearn fan club. I don't know how I go join the Eddie Hearn fan club, but god damn, I'm a fan for life. I'm a fan for life. When I saw this, I damn near dropped my phone. I was giggling. My man Eddie was like, Jake, snap out of it, son. He was like, whoa, what about 5-time world champion? He's an MMA fighter. Well, no, but he's a world champ, but it's not the same. He's not a world-class boxer. No, but he was, no, it's not the same. You're never going to be a good boxer. I mean, you're chasing your dreams and good for you, buddy. I mean, he basically was just like, good for you, buddy. You're out here just living your best life. No one takes you serious, and you're never going to be taken serious in boxing circles, but you do you, man. And we're all rooting for you to do you. Good for you. You know what this is like? This is like when a shitty singer goes on The Voice or America's Got Talent or what was the one? American Idol. And they're just like, I can sing. My mama said I'm a good singer. And they're like, okay, let's hear what you got. And they're like, oh, baby, you got what I need. They're like, okay, no. But my mama said I'm a good singer. Well, I mean, you know, listen, you're probably good at a karaoke bar. You're probably good in the shower. But you're never going to be a world-class singer. Well, I won a karaoke contest. Well, that's great, sweetie. That's fantastic. That's what that's what the fuck this is. That's what this is. Jake Paul has a bunch of yes men gassing up his head around him, making him feel like, you're the best, champ. You're the best, champ. Look at those hands, champ. Look at those hands. And then Eddie Hearn comes along and goes, nah, son. Nah, you ain't shit, bro. You're fighting chumps and bums. Oh no, but what about 5-time world champion Tyrone Woodley? He's not a boxer. I mean, I literally said that when he fought him. He's not a boxer. Well, but he's a 5-time world champ. Okay, that would be like fighting a 5-time world champion in judo. He's not a fucking boxer. He's not a boxer. But he's a striker. Not the same. That's the part that people don't understand. MMA striking is not the same as boxing. It is totally different. The stance is different. The hand placement is different. The hand movement is different. The head movement is different. The way you fight is different. Everything about MMA striking is completely different versus boxing because you have to be aware of kicks and elbows and takedowns and in boxing, you have to be aware of hands and clinches. That's it. In MMA, you have to be prepared for so much more. So you stand different, you punch different, you prepare different. It's totally different. It's not the same at all. At all. It's more, you really actually stand more traditionally Muay Thai than you do boxing in MMA. Which really, if you do that, if you stand more Muay Thai style against a boxer, it opens you up to get hit more if they stand more traditional boxing style. It's a whole thing. But Jake's dumbass doesn't know this. He just thinks the guy throws hands. He does punchy punch. I do punchy punch. We same. No, the fuck you're not, Jake, you dumbass. No, the fuck you're not. I gotta watch this one more time. It's too fantastical.
Everyone's entitled to have a dream. No, seriously, I'm being serious. I think there's absolutely no way he can beat a world champion and become world champion. But I will say he's improving a lot. He's dedicated to the sport. I don't know how good he is.
Did y'all see his face? Watch his face. He's like, he'll never beat a world champion and become a world champion. He's like, watch his face again. Watch.
Everyone's entitled to have a dream. No, seriously, I'm being serious. I think there's absolutely no way he can beat a world champion and become world champion. But I will say he's improving a lot.
did this motherfucker just say that?
He's dedicated to the sport. I don't know how good he is because he hasn't really faced a real fighter yet. It's not his fault. He signed to fight Tommy Fury.
A five-time world champion and Tyron Woodley's a real fighter.
He's not a real
He's
boxer.
like, mate,
he's not, Jake.
Well, I mean,
Jake,
the
he
first
can't.
skill at MMA
No,
is
but
boxing.
Jake, he
he
can't.
won the UFC
Jake,
championship with a right hand.
He's a great UFC
But you
fighter.
consider
Did
Tommy
you hear
Fury a
that?
real boxer?
He won the UFC with a right hand. I told you, he throw punchy punch, I throw punchy punch. It's not the same fucking thing, bro. It's 4-ounce gloves versus 10-ounce gloves. It's standing in a different stance. It's having to worry about takedowns and wrestling and Muay Thai and elbows and strikes and clinches and a cage versus ropes and just, Jesus Christ. How fucking stupid are you, bro?
Yes, but I'm not in terms of
So
ability. But listen.
So what defines a real boxer?
A real boxer is
A
someone
There's
that is
these
his
journeymen
craft.
like Andy Bishop who have
Who's
10.
Andy Bishop?
Exactly, but he's a real boxer, right?
but-
Because anyone can go and get a professional.
Okay, but what I'm
boxing
saying is, Usman does not qualify to give you any right to talk about you fighting for a world title, and nor does Tommy Fury actually. But I'll give you the props, I'll give you the respect. You're improving all the time, but the proof will be in the pudding. I don't believe. By the way, I've said that I think Jake Paul is better than some fighters, but
Look at his face. He's like, look, watch what he
all the
says.
time.
Like,
But the
and
proof
neither
will be in the
does-
pudding. I don't believe. By the way, I've said that I think Jake Paul is better than
he's like,
some fighters.
he said some fighters. Yeah, he's probably better than Ike Turner, Ray Rice, he's probably fuck oh man shit, I don't know.
But I don't believe you will ever get close to being a world-class fighter.
He's just like, God damn it. Eddie Hearn, sir, I don't know if you have a fan club, but I'm happy to be the president of it, and start it if you don't, sir. Good Lord, that was fantastic. Fantastic. Holy shit, that was great. Oh my God, I love it so much. Mark said Eddie searched his brain for a name and came up with some fighters. Oh, God, that's so great. Oh, Walt, that's hilarious. Eddie the Hitman Hearn. Oh, Eddie ain't playing, man. Eddie is not fucking playing. Oh, God, that's hilarious. Eddie searched his brain for a name and came up with some fighters. Oh, God. I told y'all it was worth it. I told you. I searched for that. I finally found it. That was the version I was looking for. It's a longer interview. It's like 7-8 minutes or so. And now this stupid ass vMix is not, chat's not working again. God damn it. But yeah, I'm a big Eddie Hearn fan now. I never heard of the dude before now. You got a friend in me, Eddie Hearn. Friend for life. All right, let me try to fix this again. What a nightmare this chat has been. Flatline. Oh, God. So great. Okay, we got a couple more headlines to get to, and then we're going to get into some Monday Night Foosball. This is kind of a local flavor to this, if you will. And it's really just, you know, the old Tom Herman, I guess, twist to it. But FAU, Florida Atlantic University, has fired head coach Tom Herman on Monday. They announced it 2 years into his tenure. FAU was 6-16 under Tom Herman. They had gone 0-6 in the AAC this year. FAU is on a 5-game losing streak. Herman took the job at FAU as they were transitioning from Conference USA to the AAC, and after they fired Willie Taggart, who was there for 3 seasons. So they've named Chad Lunsford as the interim. He's the former head coach at Georgia Southern. Simpa said, why is FAU football news? It's news because a lot of folks in this chat that watch this show are out of Houston. Tom Herman was head football coach at U of H. He was also head football coach at UT. And my, how the mighty have fallen. He's now at FAU and can't win a game. And he's been fired. That's why. Speaking of firings, Jets fired their GM, Joe Douglas. It has been awful for the Jets. It has been obviously atrocious. And they named Phil Savage as the interim GM. He is a senior football advisor for the Jets. He will be the interim GM. And this is, let's see, Woody Johnson is the owner. He said, today I informed Joe Douglas he will no longer serve as the general manager of the New York Jets. I want to thank Joe for his commitment to the Jets over the last 6 years and wish him and his family the best moving forward. Quote, we will begin the process to identify a new general manager immediately. Douglas's departure comes only 7 weeks after they fired Robert Saleh, following the team's 2-3 start. Douglas, who spearheaded the coaching search when Saleh was hired in 2021, wasn't consulted on the Saleh firing. The Jets have since gone 1-5 under interim coach Jeff Ulbrich. So kind of let you know, was it Robert Saleh? I guess not. Cece said, I'm so jealous of the Jets right now. Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's funny because, well, Clarence said fire everyone but the problem. I mean, look, I kind of disagree with you there, Clarence. I kind of disagree with you there. I think they fired the problem. I don't know that the problem was Robert Saleh. Well, I think the problem, and you can't fire the owner. He's not going to fire himself. And he had to be fully in and committed to Aaron Rodgers. But that's the problem. Obviously, whiffing on Zach Wilson was the problem. Look, this is a team who, 3 years ago, had the offensive and defensive rookie of the year in the same season, similar to the Texans last year. Maybe it was the year before that. So that would be 2022 when they had the offensive and defensive rookie of the year, which Sauce Gardner has just fallen off a cliff. So you have a GM that went out and identified and drafted the offensive and defensive rookie of the year a couple years ago. And I guess he came up with the plan to bring in Aaron Rodgers. Now, it's not his fault that Aaron Rodgers gets hurt 4 minutes into his first year in New York, which that was probably the window. If we're all being honest, that was probably Aaron Rodgers' last good year at his age. We just didn't know it. Now we know it. But hindsight's 2020. And at his age, now we're like, oh, okay, well, yikes. But they took a shot. They swung. They swung for the fences and they missed. But the owner had to buy in on that. The head coach had to be in on it. The GM had to be in on it. The whole organization had to be in on, we're going to go for it, and we're going to go for it with Aaron Rodgers. So for the owner to come in and start cleaning house and firing everybody because it didn't work, Now, look, maybe he said, all right, let's do it. But if it doesn't work, you're all gone. And they were all like, okay, yeah, it's going to work. It's Aaron Rodgers. It has to work. How can it not work? It's Aaron Rodgers. It's going to work. I'm confident it'll work. Are you confident it'll work, Robert? Hell yeah, it'll work. It's Aaron Rodgers. Let's do it. Plus, it ain't even my thing. I'm defense. I'm on fire. I'm defense, man. Our defense is good. It'll be good. It's going to always be good. I'll just leave all that shit up to the GM and offensive guys. And if it doesn't work out, I'll fire the coordinator, the OC. But yeah, I'll have the defense ready to go. You guys just do your part. Yep. Fast forward to this 6 weeks ago, and he's like, what do you mean I'm fired? The defense is good. So it was one of two ways. I mean, either it was, all right, we'll do it, but if this doesn't work, you're all gone, or they're just getting scapegoated because the owner was in. Jared said, Roger said, he's good, we good, Jets. McLevin said, I knew it wasn't. Hey, what up, McLevin? I knew it wasn't going to work because Rodgers is not an elevator of talent. I don't know. What up, CC? CC said, I'm in a weird place right now. What do you mean? Like you're actually in someone's trunk? Do we need to come find you, CC? Turn on your GPS. We'll ping the towers and trace it. I have IT skills. Ask Spoon. Yeah, I don't know about maybe not anymore, right? I think you're probably right now. But he's, at some point he was making the players around him better, but I don't think now he's worried about it. Call Joe Pro Stat. She said, I'm in a weird place. Tony said Cece's in her office. That's hilarious, Tony. Look. Aaron, it's odd that Aaron leaves Green Bay and the team actually improves. This weight and this heaviness is lifted off of the organization and it's carried over to the Jets. I don't know if this has been said. Maybe it has. I don't know. But it just literally dawned on me. I'm going to pull something up here. Let me see something. Oh, no, shit. Damn it. Close. Reopen, close tab. Duplicate. Yes. 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 I see you know your judo well. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Yeah. Okay. Yup. That's what I thought. Last year, the Jets were 7-10. Last year, this team was 7-10 under Zach Wilson and Trevor Siemian and a splash of Tim Boyle. Zach Wilson played in 12 games. Trevor Siemian played in 5. Tim Boyle played in 3. So the three of those gentlemen combined, and the majority of that was Zach Wilson, but they combined to win 7 games. They were a minus 87 in point differential. They somehow managed to, accomplish winning 7 games. And I said it before, it was almost in spite of Zach Wilson. They had a 5-game losing streak mixed in. I mean, they opened the season beating the Bills in OT, lost 3 in a row, won 3 in a row, beating Denver, Philly, and New York. This was Zach Wilson. They lost to Dallas, New England, and KC. Last year, that checks out. I mean, not New England, but KC and Dallas. But they beat Buffalo last year. Beat Denver, Philly, and New York last year. Lost to Chargers, the Raiders, Buffalo again, Miami, and Atlanta. They beat Houston 30-6. Lost to Miami 30-0. Now, this is all Trevor Siemian to close out the year. They went 2-2. Tim Boyle was 0-2. Trevor Siemian was 2-2. And Zach Wilson was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zach Wilson was 5-6. So Zach Wilson goes 5-6. Tim Boyle goes 0-2. And Trevor Siemian goes 2-2. That's what the team did. That's good for 7-10. This year, with presumably a much better quarterback option, they're 3-8. Their point differential is better at minus 38, but that's because the defense has been good, really good. Let me see something. NFL stats, team, defense, duplicate, 2024 regular season points per game. The Jets are giving up 22 a game. Last year, regular season, the Jets gave up 20.1 a game. Offensively last year, the Jets were scoring 15.8 a game. Last year, they were scoring 15.8 a game. This year, the Jets are scoring 18.5 a game. So again, giving up 22, scoring 18. Last year they were giving up 20.1 or 21 and scoring 15. They should be better. They're not. It's a failed experiment. They have beaten. Oh gosh. Let's see your schedule. There we go. They beat Tennessee and New England back to back. And Houston, which is an embarrassment. That's it. That's their wins. That's it. And there's no reason they should have beat Houston. That's just crazy to me. Crazy. That's their wins. That's wild. Aaron is toxic. Yeah. So the Jets have the Texans number. It's crazy, Titan Hugo. It really is. It's crazy. The offense couldn't move last year, though. D was much better last year. Yeah. No, you're right, Simpus. You're 100% right. Everybody, I think, deserves some blame on this. You just can't pin it on the GM. I mean, he's kind of the architect, but he also has put some, drafted some pretty good players. Damn, CC, you don't go back in the office until next year? Man. And Halloween game, Dale was number 1 wideout. Oh, that's true. Dad, I forgot about that. You're right. All right, last headlines. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has said he's not worried about the hot seat. He said he's not worried about the hot seat talk. He grew up in Philly. He grew up listening to Philly sports talk radio. He said, I'm smart enough to not worry about the outside noise. Well, good for you, Kevin. I hope you're also smart enough to update your resume. That would be smart. That would be real smart. I'm with you. Block it out. Ignore it. Don't listen to it. You are 100% right to do that. You would also be 100% smart to maybe you can block it out, son. Yes. That doesn't mean you should ignore it. You should be like, Dear Diary, today I updated my resume. Lastly, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys said they, quote, didn't anticipate a 3-7 record. What? You don't say? Are you serious, Jerry? Wait a minute. You didn't anticipate losing? I'll be damned. I'll be damned. This was the quote. We won one game my first year. One. And so we have had rough seasons. Yes. Yeah. I've been around. Certainly we have. And we've had other tough years. And this one, we didn't anticipate the record. And the way we're playing right now, we wouldn't have anticipated that. But not this isn't. Y'all have heard me tell this old stories until you're sick. But not. You stay in the league long enough, you'll have times like this. Quote, losing the team stuff, that's overblown. And this was a question about Mike McCarthy. At 3-7, Cowboys are projected to have a top 10 pick in next year's draft. With Mike McCarthy in the final year of his contract, there could be a new coaching staff in 2025. But Jones says he believes the players still believe in Mike McCarthy. Quote, that losing the team stuff, that's overblown. These guys are so, first of all, they're natural competitors. Secondly, they're so proud of the fact that they are professional and disappointed in maybe the way they executed the play. But that's not anything that's brother or first cousin to give up. Everybody's certainly disappointed. What the fuck does that mean? This doesn't make sense, Jerry. That losing the team stuff, that's so overblown. These guys are so, first of all, they're natural competitors. Secondly, they're so proud of the fact that they are professional and disappointed in maybe the way they executed the play. But that's not anything that's brother or first cousin to give up. The fuck? Everybody's certainly disappointed, but that's a big difference in not knowing that you got to put the foot in front of the other to go. What the fuck is he talking about? I have no idea. I have no idea. Somebody asked Mike McCarthy to explain it. He said, explain it. I think it's very frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody, frustrating for the players, the coaches. I know it's disappointing for the fans, but we have a lot of moving parts going on. We just have to be cleaner and more detailed in certain spots. We're not playing well enough, not executing well enough, coaching well enough to overcome some of the mistakes we're making in critical times of the game. How about, first of all, not calling a fake punt when you're that close to the other team's end zone? That might be a good start. What a boneheaded ass coaching mistake. I mean, that's a start. Now, you can't help that Mr. Reliable, is it McManus, missed a field goal. He never misses. That dude's money from 75 feels like. I had him on my fantasy team. I can tell you, that dude's ridiculous. There's plenty of blame to go around with the Cowboys. Plenty of blame. You can blame the coaching. You can blame the players. You can blame injury. I'll tell you what. I don't follow this team as closely as some of the people in this chat or the fans of this team. And if you listen to the talking heads last night, they were like, the one thing they didn't do was quit. That's what they said. They said the one thing the Cowboys didn't do last night was quit. They came out that second half and they fought. But then when you had that strip sack fumble recovery for a touchdown, it just kind of took the wind out of their sails and kind of felt like it was going to be over. They may not have quit, but you certainly felt like they lost some of their fight. And I think back to the stuff that Micah Parsons said last week about Mike McCarthy and then having to come out and walk it back. And then, all of those things and all of this turmoil. And look, there are some circumstances beyond everybody's control with injuries? Yeah, of course. You never want to lose a guy like Dak Prescott. I don't care how much you hate him. But they weren't playing great with him. Let's be honest. I'll tell you a big part of this. The Cowboys had a ton of success the last several years, and a big part of that, a tremendous part of that, was two reasons. Two. Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess? What's the two reasons? There's two reasons why the Cowboys, for the last, 4-5 years, have been so successful. And the offense has been so prolific. And they don't have it anymore. Cece said stupid Guyton and his stupid stupidness. Walt said, I've always said if you want to win, have Cooper Rush throw the ball 55 times. Yeah, right. PB Dub said Kellen Moore. Yeah. Yep. Clarence and Simpus and Cece. That's one of two. Ooh, Cisco. Washington and the Giants. Simpus got the other one. This Cowboys team has been good for a while because they had a dominant offensive line and a dominant run game. They don't have either. And you might look at that and go, yeah, well, Dak Prescott led the league in passing. That's because you had to respect their run game. And everyone knows I don't give a shit about this league being a pass-happy league. Yes, it is. Yes, it's a spread them out and throw it league. But that will always still be predicated on being able to run the ball. If you can run the ball, if you so choose to, you can air it the fuck out. But if you can't run the ball, and you do want to be able to air it out, you will not be successful. Ask the Texans when they didn't have Joe Mixon this year. Even when they had Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs, but no Joe Mixon, they found it infinitely harder to be able to protect CJ Stroud and get him enough time to find those weapons because opposing defenses didn't have to respect the run game. They could pin their ears back and just go after CJ Stroud. It's very simple. It's very basic NFL stuff here. And I think that's the bigger problem with the Cowboys. It's not necessarily that somebody forgot how to coach. But don't get me wrong, Dowdle has been fine. Boy, they miss Tony Pollard. Boy, they miss the heyday of Ezekiel Elliott. And boy, they miss having the best offensive line in football. And they had it. CC, Jesus Christ, CC. Oh, I love me some Joe Mixon. He can hit me. God, CC, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not, CC. No, ma'am. No. Dowdle is doo-doo. He was last night. But that O-line was trash too. But I mean, you know, Martin is playing hurt and he's old as fuck. Jen, God damn it, here they come. This is the problem. The Cowboys have no run game. None. I mean, let's oh, son of a bitch. Did I really do this? That motherfucker shit. I really did this, didn't I? You dumb bitch. I can't believe I did that. Some bitch. Well, I thought am I stupid? Am I just a dumbass? Don't answer that, chat. Don't you fucking answer that, chat. I wanted to show you something. Let's see. What the fuck is happening here? Okay, I have no idea what the fuck done happened. Oh my. Okay. Yep. Don't know what's going on with this shit. Sorry, I was trying to get a graphic that I had for you guys. And apparently, it's no bueno. Well, I'll try it again. Nope. They ran the ball. Dowdle had 10. Let me see. Shit. I'll just pull up the box score. That'll be easier. Why is you doing this to me, you dumb dick? You big dumb dick. You big dumb jerk. I don't know why it's acting like this, y'all. I really don't know what's up with this. It shouldn't be doing this, man. It shouldn't be doing this, y'all. I don't know. It's acting like a jerk is what it's doing. What the fuck is this? Shit. Okay, I have no idea. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't get it. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I'll just pull it up. My God. It's always something. Always fucking something. Try as I might. All right, I'll just pull up the goddamn box score. There it goes. All right. Oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Cancel. My God. Main point for the current Cowboys, in my opinion, is to run, even if it's not efficient. Give the D some rest and not make Cooper Rush throw it 60 times. Well, first of all, when you're behind like they were, you're going to have to. You're just not going to have a choice. If you want to win, you're going to have to throw the ball. The second of all, main point would be you're going to have to get better on defense if you want to have a chance. So you're going to have to keep it close so you can run the ball. I mean, that's just point blank. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to, Cooper Rush is Cooper Rush. I remember people trying to persuade me that he was good. Remember that conversation we all had? Yeah, he's pretty good. I was like, he's a backup. No, he's pretty good. He's a backup. Y'all remember that argument that we all had? That was fun. That was a hoot. Well, you have to manage the, you have to be able to manage the game in a sense of not letting it get away from you so that you don't have to have him throwing 55 times. Here, I found it. Okay, that is not the right score. Jesus Christ on a cross. And those are not the right. Oh my God. All right. But I understand your point, Simpus, and it's not bad. But oh my God. They're just look, it fuck the graphics. Here's the point. The defense is bad. Even when getting Micah Parsons back, they've been unable to stop anybody. Let me pull up what they give up last week. They gave up 34 to Philly, They gave up 34 to the Texans. They've given up 27 to Atlanta. They gave up 30 to San Francisco and 47 to the Lions. The defense is bad. And I thought this was going to be a good defense. But even with Dak Prescott, and I mean, again, you're playing from that far behind. You don't have a run game. You know, you don't have an O-line. It's not conducive to winning football. And I do agree. Worst running back room in the NFL. At least one of the worst. Not great, that's for sure. But when you're playing from that far behind, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. You can win without a superstar running back if your O-line is good and you have a stud wide receiver, stud tight end, or something like that. Now, they do have a stud wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. But then losing Dak, I mean, it's just been one domino after the other. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any easier. I mean, at this point, you're just playing for draft picks. I mean, at this point, you're just playing for draft picks. That's it. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more division games. There's no point in. Yeah, Perry said Cincy's running back room sucks too. Cough, cough. Yeah, I mean, look, everything is bad in Dallas right now. Everything. So what's up, Brother Bear? When to get in Big 6 mark. What does that mean? Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure would have, Spoon. So this is an ugly box score. Cooper Rush, 32 of 55, 354 yards, a touchdown and interception. But Rico Dowdle going 10 carries for 28 yards. That's not good. When you look at the receiving core, I mean, you have CeeDee Lamb, 8 catches for 93 yards, but no touchdowns. He was targeted 12 times. But I just want you to look at something, though. And there was a question down here I want to get back to from Jared Taylor. Where's the talent outside of CeeDee Lamb? Kevontae Turpin, 3 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. He's a speedster. But, I mean, Luke Schoonmaker, Brevin Spann-Ford, Jalen Tolbert, Ryan. These are not names that you look at and go, oh, yeah, that's a devastating 1-2 punch. CeeDee Lamb is elite. But all you got to do is you take your best corner and maybe your free safety and you double them. And now you're telling Cooper Rush and fucking Kevontae Turpin to beat you. Or Luke Schoonmaker. Fuck, what? It sucks for them, man. There's no talent right now on this team. You went from a team with a ton of talent up and down that roster to a team that really doesn't have any. And Jared Taylor asked the question, where did it go? Does Dallas have the problem of not developing guys? You've got to move on. can't be married to specific guys. It kind of feels that way. It kind of feels like where is the talent? And Jerry, yeah, see, Skiggity said Jerry likes our guys. Jerry likes our guys. Jerry doesn't like to admit that he fucked up. Jerry doesn't like to admit that he was wrong. Jerry doesn't like to admit when there's a problem. Jerry Jones literally is the GM. It's his son, Steven, that's also the GM, I think, really more so than Jerry. Although Jerry's the de facto everything. There's also another thing that probably doesn't get... It's gotten a lot of attention lately. I've seen it. I've read about it. Yeah, bringing back Ezekiel Elliott. Not going and getting Derrick Henry. Or, there's... And Walt has been a champion of this take. And it proves itself over and over, but, paying Dak seems to have hamstrung this team. No pun intended. But they've got some talent on the defensive side of the ball that is not playing well. That's a problem. But offensively, they're just dreadful. There's no talent outside of Dak and CeeDee Lamb. The O-line is old. B. Hannon said Henry said the Cowboys didn't even call him. I think they said they made an offer. Let me see. Did they? I thought that's what I had heard. No, the Cowboys didn't make an offer to just sign Derrick Henry. Cowboys say they didn't have the cap space. Well, Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said Cowboys didn't have the salary cap room to sign a running back to a contract like Henry's. Well, it's amazing that some of these other teams can do some pretty creative shit. How come the Cowboys can't? How come the Cowboys can't go to some of these big money contracts and do some deferred payments, do some deferred money? I don't know. I'll say this. I do believe, and I've said it, and I think a lot of people know it, but I do think that sometimes Jerry Jones gets in his own way because his ego won't let him admit that they have fucked up and that they've got to right the ship and start over. Jerry Jones hates starting over. He doesn't want to start over. Sometimes you just have to. This is, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Drayton McClain Astros when he started to come to the end. It was just like, we just got to hang in there somehow and try to be relevant. And it's just, you can't. Sometimes you just have to say, fuck it, and rebuild from scratch. That's what Jim Crane did. He bought the team. He came in. He dumped what was left and said, fuck it, we shall rebuild. He brought in AJ Hinch. He brought in, oh God, what's his name? GM Feller. And, the rest is history. I think, in my opinion, the biggest thing that the Cowboys need to do to be great again, because people love to say, oh, the talent's never been the problem. Where is it? Where is it? Everyone loved to tell me when I said this last time that, whoa, that's one of the most talented rosters in the league. Well, where in the fuck is it? But I think the Cowboys' biggest problem is they don't have a legit GM. They need to go out and get a GM and let him do his job. Let him do his job. That'll never happen. They won't ever allow it. And because of that, this is going to be what this team goes through. They need to go out and get a football guy that can be autonomous, no ego, and make football decisions, and let Jerry do his other shit. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to move on. We're going to do some fantasy. No. The Cowboys are no longer America's team. Are they popular? Yes. Do they have a huge fan base? Yes. Are the Cowboys America's team? They'll always have the moniker, but no. They're no longer America's team. Spoon said, when Jerry leaves for Valhalla, do the kids sell the team or keep it? And who buys it? Oh, they're keeping it. 100% keeping it. Somebody wanted to know, what's Dak's money look like? Let me go pull it up. In the meantime, let me tell you one other thing that goes on that other people have talked about. And I was going to do a whole segment on this on the show a while back. I just ran out of time and opportunity. But Jerry's Cowboy experience is a circus. Dalton Schultz has talked about it. Other ex-Cowboys who have moved on to other franchises and other teams has talked about it. It's hell being a Cowboy. It's tough being a Cowboy. I mean, the injured reserve list right now for the Cowboys is pretty wild. Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Lawrence, Brandon Cooks. That's a lot of money tied up right there. That's $73 million just in the cap hit and on the IR right now. Fans can walk around the building. They have almost unfettered access to this team. So much so that many players have said what a distraction it is and has become and continues to be for the team and as a player. And when they've left and gone other places, they've made the comment, it's nice to just be able to be a football player. It's nice to have some privacy. It's nice to not be a sideshow. It's nice to have the facilities to ourselves and be able to focus on game day, game week, game preparation. And that, don't sleep on that, okay? When you're always being pulled in other directions because the Cowboys are a brand and you're being asked to be a brand and be marketing and be out front doing all of these things, it's wild. I read this really long ass article where fans can just walk around. They do tours nonstop every hour and a half to 2 hours around the stadium and the facilities. And I don't just mean like, where you just walk around like Reliant or AT&T Stadium. They're walking through the locker rooms, the not like inside the locker rooms, but they get to walk through the team meeting facilities, like literally into where they sit. They get to walk past the workout room where it's all glass and watch the players lift weights. They'll pass players in the hall. Now they're asked, please don't speak to them. Please don't yell. Please, give them their privacy. Don't take pictures. But this is still all huge distractions for them. Let's say if a player stops and talks to you, feel free to talk to him back, but don't be aggressive. Don't reach out. I'm telling you, it's a weird thing, and plenty of players have said it. It is tough to have to put up with that. So just add another layer of being a Dallas Cowboy, along with everything else you got to do. Amos said the access is the reason Dak and CD can't get those large contracts. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It did it again. Everything just reset. Again. Fuck. I got to reboot this motherfucker. I'm about to. Oh, boy. All right. I think we've discussed this game enough. From a Texans perspective, still not a great game. Still not a great game by any stretch. CJ Stroud. Sophomore slump continues. He was 23 of 34. Spo, we hear you, we see you, we love you. Stroud still having some accuracy issues. Obviously, though, still being rushed. Donna says those ghosts in the house messing with you. 77.7 rating. Wall said, watch your mouth on Jerry's internet. Yeah, no touchdowns, one interception. Look, it's Joe Mixon or bust right now. I will say this, though. This was the first. Look, credit where credit is due. Texans scored twice on the first drive. Laramie, Tunsil gonna Tunsil. Jesus. That was crazy. This team's defense once again has bailed them out. Where was it? They actually had 17 points in the second half. They got a team defensive touchdown. They actually scored an offensive touchdown for a change. They added a field goal. The offensive touchdown was kind of that junk touchdown by Mixon. But necessary. I know, Donna, first play too. Beautiful and tragic. But that's the thing. This is why I think the pundits and everybody are not yet ready to take the Texans serious as contenders like they thought they would be at the beginning of the season. Is because they're still making dumb mistakes. I mean, look at this. Look. I'm going to show you something and you're going to be like, yeah, well, so 9 penalties for 69. I like 9 penalties for 69 yards. Dallas had 9 penalties for 66 yards. And you're saying, well, this is the same. Listen, 9 penalties is what losing teams do. Don't believe me? Take a gander at the other team who's 3-7. That's what losing teams do. That's not a clean game. They had the one interception, which Stroud already, they showed a graphic. He already has more interceptions than he did all of last year. He's got 7. But again, sophomore slump. We know how lucky he got last year. They're going to be a run-first offense, run-oriented. We get that. Clarence said, I'm calling it 8 penalties. That targeting call was BS. Yeah, the targeting call was BS. Oh, was it targeting or was it interference? Yeah, there was an interference. What up, Dre? You just missed a ton of Cowboys talk. They still are having some struggles protecting CJ. They're still having some struggles protecting CJ. But things are improving. And when he does have time, for the most part, he's getting his rhythm back. The problem is, he's been a little more inaccurate, but I think that that's part and parcel to the fact that he's been on the run most of the season. And so he's out of sorts and out of rhythm too. I don't think he can trust himself or the O-line. They're going to have to address this in the offseason. That's for sure. Totally disagree, Titan Hugo. Totally disagree. Titan Hugo said the Texans were never contenders. Totally disagree. This team at full strength and healthy, absolutely a contender. With Diggs and Collins and a healthy Mixon. Now, look, Kenyon Green maybe, was the weak link on this offense. And maybe you found that out midway through the season and moved him anyways. And the offensive line, as is, would be what you rolled with for the rest of the season. So you move Patterson to center and, Suggs is your right guard or left guard. And that's how you roll for the rest of the season. And it's been better. I think run blocking wise, that first week or two that after the change, it was a little rough, but it's improved. Defensively, though, this team is stout. This is one of the best defenses in the league, period. When healthy, the secondary is legit. Pass rush wise, I challenge you to find a better duo than Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. I mean, their front seven is legit. Their secondary is legit. Their cornerback duos are legit. Listen, man, they got a rookie safety who's a bad... Bro, defensively, I mean, depth-wise, this is a really good football team. So I 100% disagree with you. They were absolutely contenders. Sometimes injuries derail you, as is the case with them. And it can cause things to spiral. But Alex, I think because Petrie's slightly launched could have been the slight... Could have been, but the slightly launched, but yeah. But they are still they're still making some they're beating themselves. And I think that's the final point I want to make about this Texans team right now. This is not a team that's getting beat soundly because they're not talented. This is a team that's making stupid ass bonehead mistakes and beating themselves with penalties early in the season or just dumb calls by the coaching staff or, on the field by dumb mistakes. I mean, quite honestly, this team is 7-4. They are 2 last-second field goals, which, again... Kaimi Fairbairn, how often does he miss? Miss in Detroit. Just as easily if he makes that. This team is 8-3. Same thing with the Packers. Last second field goal. That game could have easily been won by the Texans, which also means this team is now 9-2. They are 1,000% contenders. They are 2 walk-off field goals away from being 9-2, and that's with shitty play. They're good. They're contenders as long as they don't beat themselves. And they just got to clean that up. They just have to clean that up. I mean, I saw a graphic last night going into the half. They were up, what? They were up 17-10 It was the 10th lead that they had at half. They played 10 games going into last night. No, last night was their 11th game. They led at half in 10 of 11 games. That was the most in the NFL by any team in the NFL. Any team. Detroit, KC, Minnesota. I mean, pick a team that's hot. Pick a team that you think is the best team in football right now. Baltimore, Buffalo. I don't give a shit. Throw Pittsburgh. No other team in football has led at the half more this season than the Houston Texans. What does that tell you? That in the second half, they start making stupid ass mistakes, bonehead decisions or bonehead plays, and they end up beating themselves. It's a damn good football team. When they come out and they focus and they can beat anybody. Anybody. There isn't a team in this league that the Texans can't beat. There isn't a team in this league that the Texans can't beat. That's my point, Dre. You're right. The game is 4 quarters. And that's been their problem. That's been their problem. It's not talent. It's not that they're not contenders. It's up here. They got to stop beating themselves, shooting themselves in the foot, and making dumbass mistakes. That's it. Disagree, Flip. CJ's leadership goes down in the second half. I disagree. I do think, though, he's been a little pouty this year, but goddamn, can you blame him? You get beat up as much as he has this year, I'd be pouty too. I'd be fucking, my body language would be like that too, man. They're not beating the mean machine making mistakes like that. I agree. I agree. And that's my point. That is, to me, that's coaching. To me, it's coaching. It all comes down to coaching. All of the mistakes that they make in the second half, shooting themselves in the foot, maybe getting conservative with the play call defensively, all of the bonehead, going for it, not going for it, kicking when you should have punting when you should have kicked, going for it on fourth when you should have kicked, kicking when you should have gone for it, all of that shit, the lack of focus, the penalties, all of it. It's coaching. And D'Amico's a second-year coach. You know, this staff is still young. So they've got to do a better job. So I think they will, you know. They just need to get better in that area. And I think they will. It's a young, you know, it's a young coaching staff. There's some young kids on this team. They'll get better. They're still learning. I'm not worried about this team. Amen. What up, man? What up? Right is wrong. Right is wrong said, let's not forget this coach turned a dumpster fire into a contender last year. Yeah, and I think some of these dudes are still learning how to win. And he's still learning how to, you know, he's not only is he learning how to be a head coach, he's trying to learn how to be a winning head coach. You're not just going to be Andy Reid overnight. You're not just going to be Bill Parcells overnight. You're not just going to be, you know, Bill Belichick overnight. You gotta learn that. It's seasoning, man. Right is not wrong. Right is wrong. Dre said, run the ball more to control the clock. Let the defense do its thing. Throw some quick passes for Stroud to get his confidence up again. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Part of the problem was, though, you were without Joe Mixon for a spell. Your lack of focus on the O-line was causing you to stall out drives with penalties, holding, false starts, all of that shit. I mean, this defense has won. I talked about this on the show, a couple of shows. How many times has this defense bailed this team out, bailed out the offense? They've done it time and time again this year. And they'll continue to do it. That's their job. And if you watch, in fact, was it last week? No, it was last week. It was last week. I don't remember when. It was late in the game. Texans turned it over, and you could see D'Amico look at his team and say, go get the fucking ball. Go get the ball back. They messed up. They made a mistake. Go get the ball back. Go do your job. Your job is to go get that ball back. They won't turn it over again. Go get it back. That's the expectation. Because he takes off the head coaching hat, he puts on the defensive coordinator hat, and he's like, all right, boys, let's do our job. We're going to go get the ball back. Either we're going to stop them or we're going to turn it over. But we're going to go do it one way or the other. Because that's our job. We can't control what the offense does, turnovers and all that shit, but we're going to go do our job. And they have done it time and time again. Oh, gee, I got to piss so bad. We're going to do fantasy, but I got to pee, so we're going to take a quick little break. And then when we come back, we're going to do some fantasy football discussions. Oh my God, I got to pee. So we're going to be back right after this. This is my first break. I rarely take breaks anymore. But I think your boy's bladder is shrinking. I don't know. Amongst other things. By the way, Barry, was there another field goal blocked this last week? Crazy, right? Rarely happens, and now all of a sudden. Did you see the reason for it? I want to talk about that. Remind me when we come back from break, and I'll tell you why. All right, we'll be back right after this. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Look, stick around. This is going to be like a 2-minute break, maybe. It don't take me long to pee. I got a tiny bladder, so it ain't going to take long. But I'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll discuss and drinking or prostate growing. Could be both. All right, we'll be back right after this. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around. I promise you, it's a quick little break, and then we're back. Don't go anywhere. Final half hour. Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around to the break. Those of you that did. Those of you that didn't can go have sex with yourself. Why would you leave? What the heck? Sorry, hold on. The wife just texted me. Don't know why. Let me see here. Hold on. Hold the phone. Text your spot. she's what the heck? Oh shit. Oh shit. Wife's going to pick up groceries. Sorry. That should do, I guess. Taking a shot with you, sir. Hell yeah, Simpus, let's do it. We need to do it because Simpus, we're doing it for a very specific reason, mind you. Because, yeah, baby, we got a birthday in the house, Lisa. Happy birthday, real. My girl Lisa. Say it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Love you, boo-boo. I feel like the song is so low. It seems low, doesn't it? Doesn't it, though? It's so good. It's such a good song. It's the best song ever. It really is. You know you love it. Don't lie. Happy birthday, Lisa. Love you to death, girly girl. Lisa's whooping everybody's ass. In fantasy, she's making that comeback. This week, she's going to beat Clarence. I just know it. It's her birthday week. What? No, I didn't just say that. Lisa, sweetie. Y'all don't even know. Lisa's been a day one deckhead, man. She's been here since the jump. She's still here. Still going strong. Now, she doesn't get to hang out all the time. She's a busy person. She's got family. And, you know, she can't always be kicking it with us. But doesn't mean she doesn't support. Doesn't mean she still doesn't. She obviously plays fantasy. She's still on the Discord. She's still with us. She's gonna always be a deckhead. So Lisa, sweetie, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful birthday. I hope you get some roadhead or a hand job or whatever it is you're into, sweet thing. Happy birthday to you. All my best. Love you and cheers. And everybody raise a toast for my girl Lisa, the real. Cheers, sweetie. She was here but left for a meeting. Damn it! No! How you like that? She'd have left for a meeting, dag nabbit. Son of a buck. Yeah, Simpa said roadhead on your birthday. Yep. That's the birthday wish for all the people. All the people. Yes. Roadhead and hand jobs. Birthday miracles. See, I know, Jen. Fucking jobs. I mean, like I said earlier. Happy birthday, Lisa. Love you, girl. Pew, pew. Like I said earlier. Your boy has applied for a job. That's all I'm going to say. Jared said, I haven't had a car. Haven't had a car stuff. What? In 10 years? What? What the fuck? What does that mean? What does that mean? Haven't had and car stuff? What? I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. That's weird. All right, let's do some fantasy. We got to do some fantasy foosball. One of the things I forgot. Nope, that wasn't it. There it goes. I've got to look up our matchup of the week, which was Spoon versus Titan Hugo in league number 4. Wasn't it League 4? Yes. It was League 4. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was an ass whooping. You hear me? Whoo, boy. It was an ass whooping of epic proportions. Oh my goodness. There was only 3 people, in fact, that picked team punishment, which is Titan Hugo, in our Pick'em challenge. 3 people picked Titan Hugo. One of them was Titan Hugo. Well done, sir. Way to pick yourself. The other one was my girl, my sweetheart of a girl, Sylvia. And the other one, Jared Taylor. Jared, sorry, bud, but you also picked Titan Hugo. And unfortunately, that was not the correct pick, sir. Not the correct pick at all. Did not work out for you, buddy. That was incorrect. So, no points for Sylvia. No points for Jared Taylor. And no points for Titan Hugo. As for the rest of you, I'm adding your points in now. Let me make sure I get these all right. I don't want to mess this up. I know how you people get. You're fickle about your stuff working correctly. Okay, Alex. Baby. Cece got a point. Chris from Sam Houston, 2 in a row. What? Oh my God. Chris from Sam Houston has 2 wins in a row. Be still my heart. I'll be damned. I can't believe it. This man started off 0-9. He's now 2 for 2. Son of a bitch. Wonders never cease. There's Heartthrob's points. There's Jeff Bell. That's sexy son of a gun. Let's see. There's Jesus. He's there. Keith Sager. My Lawn Talk brethren. Mark G. Last year's champion. This year's not champion. Skiggity. Skiggity, one of the dudes at the top. Spoon who whooped that ass. And Total Dallas. Where is it? Total Dallas. Oh, TD. There we go. And the only ones that didn't get their picks in was Saul and Rob, of course, who still has not gotten in a pick. Other than that, all the picks are in. Boom. And boom. And here is not updated yet. Nope, not updated yet. It will be updated here shortly. Good old Barry on Dick. Paul, you're hilarious. Golly, Paul, no one's ever come up with that one before. Let's see. Here we go. Sort. We still got 2 at the top. Alex and Jeff Bell. Let's see. Data, sort, range, T. There we go. All right. The math is in. Math be mathin'. Boy, the pot is now up to $160. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Here it is. Here's your fantasy standings for the BOD Pick'em Challenge. As we speak, Alex and Jeff Bell tied for first place, 8 points apiece. Skiggity! Total Dallas and Jesus all have 7 points apiece. In second place, we're tied for actually third place, I guess. Heartthrob Donna, both with 6 points. Jared Taylor, Keith Sager, and your boy have 5. FJ has 4. Sylvia, Titan Hugo, CC, Spoon, and Mark G have 3. Saul has 2, and so does Chris Perez, who is Chris from Sam Houston. What? Chris with 2 in a row. Let's get it. And then Rob, of course, still at 0. The total winnings, you'll look up there in the top left, or total pool is now at $160. First place, if it were to end today, would get $112. Second place would get $48. All of that for $20 and just picking a winner every week. Craziness. Good times. Again, you can all thank Jen for this idea. Craziness. Good idea. And it's not over, folks. I mean, we still have, 6 weeks to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 7 weeks. It's anybody's game. It can be done. Mistakes can be made. Mistakes can be made. Jared said I was doing well. Now I suck like Barry. See? Okay. That hurt. That's why. Why would you be like that? Titan Hugo said that basically a description of beating themselves is the oh, my chat over there is frozen too. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. There we go. Oh man, Al Francisco. I didn't even see you over there, buddy. Mine birds on Finding Nemo. I don't know what that means. Okay, so there's your leaderboard. Here are the rest of the fantasy scores. Let's start with League One. Here we go. League One. Jared Taylor's Caucaso played Keith Sager's Hanging with Hernandez, and it did not go well. Boy, it was not Jared Taylor's week. Well, he won. I mean, he got the point. Oh, no, he didn't, did he? No, he did not. Definitely not Jared Taylor's week. One of the 3 to not get a point in the pick'em, and also took an L in fantasy. He's now 8-3. And Hanging with Hernandez improves to 6-5. Is 136 to 103. Black Sheep, the champ, is here. Well, he's back. He beat Tony the Handsome 140 to 121. Black Sheep now 7-4. Tony falls to 6-5. Don't look now. Look at FJ. I see you, FJ. FJ's Hail Mary put up 128. Chris from Sam Houston's Fistful of Assholes, who for a while was the last undefeated team. Chris, is this now 3 losses in a row for you? Chris from Sam Houston is now 8-3. BCH 420. Goodness gracious. 182 points. Beat Katie's Chris's CDC guidelines. 182 to 102. And, man, Cisco's the Penix Mightier beat, taking another L. And that's Christian Alonso, 112 to 70. Is this dude even updating his team? Alex Villanueva said, text me when this part is over, like my team. Well, at least you're not 1-10. Christian Alonso is the new D Mata in fantasy. My goodness. So we may have the highest and lowest score of the week come out of this league. 182 and 70. That's crazy. At least they didn't play each other. That's a lot. Wow. All right, League 2. Looking like this. Jenny's mom. Ugh. We played each other. And she beat me 110 to 99. Fuck you, Rico Dowdle, you raggedy bitch. I hate it. Rico Dowdle and Aaron Jones combined can suck a big old giraffe dick. That's twice she's beaten me, Skiggity. Fuck. I mean, 2 running backs combined to put up fucking 10 points. What are we doing? What are we doing, team? Squad? Doesn't help. Brandon Ayuk's on the IR. It's a fucking wreck. It's some bullshit. It's bullshit. This team is bullshit. I should be better than this. My record should be better than this. CC said if you have Dowdle on your team, you can only blame yourself. I had no choice, CC. I have no choice. You, all right? I learned it by watching you. I have no choice, okay? It's all shit. It's all shit. Look at Hooligan. 713 Hooligan beat truck driver Pookie's injury prone. I wonder if that was for $50. 124 to 115. Uh-oh. Clarence took another L. Uh-oh. Where you at, Clarence? Clarence. Anybody seen Clarence? I don't see Clarence anywhere. That's strange. Every week that Clarence wins, he shows up and talks mad shit in the chat. Oh, there he is. What happened, buddy? I'm just glad you lost because you whooped my ass. That's what you get. This is what you get. 127 to 120. That's what you get. I just want Clarence to lose. I don't care who else wins or loses. I kind of want Jenny's mom to lose too. I'd kind of like both of them to lose forever. Really. I just hope they both lose out. Clarence had 24 points from a kicker is what happened. That'll do it. Oof, that hurts. SVG Stingones beat Clarence's Big Boss Sugar Boogers. I'm mad you make me say booger every week too. 127 to 120. It wasn't a bad loss. 7 points. Still, now there's a 3-way tie at the top of this league. 3 8-3 teams. Cows on parade. Potch improves to 4-7 now. 154 points. Alex's Cowsburgers put up a measly 82. Get your shit together. No Jenny's mom today. No yesterday. Nope. Lastly, CC's vacation mode. Yay! CC got a win. She improves to 3-8. She beat Lisa's Loud team 131 to 111. Well done, CC. All right, over in League 3. Uriel Villanueva is drafting under the influence. Put an ass whooping on Rev House 168 to 117. RomoCop will protect you. Total Dallas beat Aaron J. Bryant's Dark Nola 40, 112 to 103. Skiggity said, Jesus, everyone is 6-5. Yeah. Except Aaron. He's 1-10. I still love him. Jeez. Austin Iverstope, Skiggity beat Amos's 504. They Not Like Us 124 to 109. So it's 6-5 and 5-6. Dr. Dre's Doctor's Orders lost to Jeff Bell's Slow White Broncos 123 to 88. He said my team was on vacation this week. So Dre's now 7-4. Jeff Bell's now 5-6. PB Dubs rolling on Dubs. Beat Sylvia's BOD Swifties. They're now both 6-5. That league is going to be interesting. I need to focus on putting together the standings and playoff scenarios because that's going to be interesting to see. And last but not least, League of 4. Boy, look at that close one. Heartthrob and Perry. Woo, man. The Unseasoned Heathens and Heartthrob beat Perry's Pie Eaters 115.02 to 114.64. Ooh. Heartthrob improves to 5-6. Perry falls to 7-4. The Big Yetis spoon. Now 7-4. Beat Titan Hugo's Team Punishment 178 to 73. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 105 point ass whooping. 105 points. That's crazy. That's crazy. 105 points. What? How do you beat somebody by 105 points in fantasy? Is that even possible? That's crazy. Jesus is here for you to hate. Beat Dandy Dan's Disorganized Disaster 145, well, actually 146 to 116. Both of them are now 5-6. Oh my God, Jen. Oh, Jen. Jesus, Jen. Oh my God. Jen's Pure Royalty beat Steven Uzik's Joe Pro's Buffaloes 126.98 to 126.68. Jen wins by 0.3. What? Damn. Whoo, 0.3. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jen gets the win by what is 0.3? Is that like a reception? 0.3 points. Jen's now 5-6. Uzi's now 5-6. And last but not least, Mark's Chi-Town Swifties beat Eric's excellent team 143 to 92. Chopra said, still not me, but damn. That was a yard. That's crazy if that is true, Clarence. That would be wild if that's true. I wonder if that is. Hold on. I'll create an account. Oh, I got to log in. I'm not logged in over here. That would be crazy. It's like a yard, or like a one rushing yard. That's so funny if that's true. God, I'd be pissed. You lose by one rushing yard. It's probably because somebody like lost a yard, like kneeling down. Oh, how mad would you be? It's 3 yards. I wonder if it's a kneel down. How fucking crazy would that be? Oh my God. I wonder if like Uzi's team like kneeled down to end the game and lost 0.3. How hilarious would that be? Oh my God. That is so funny. What is this? This is crazy. 7-4, 5-6, and 2-9. That's the whole league. Everybody's either 7-4, 5-6, or 2-9. That's crazy. Jeff Bell said, I'm making a comeback in fantasy. You're next. Damn. You're next, Total Dallas. Skiggity said, I lost by 4/100ths of a point. What would that be? A fraction of a yard? Damn, you lost by 0.04? Yeah. That sucks, bro. Yeah, I'd be so mad. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be so pissed. Oh, you know he was, Alex. You know he was. I want to go see. Let me see. Oh, I gotta log in first. Fuck. Hold on. Let's see. Log in. Password. I'm probably gonna have to. Yeah, I fucking knew it. Uh-oh. There's my wife. There goes my wife. My wife. All right. Well, let me bounce because my wife is picking up our groceries. Damn it. All right, guys. 0.1 points for a catch or a run. Oh, nice. All right, guys. That is it. Yep. I had to call the wifey. One sec. Finishing the show. All right. Hey, You guys enjoy your night. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you had a good time. Thank you, Alex. Jen, it was so good to have you back. Cece, it's so good to have you back. Thank you, Flip. Thank you, Uriel. They are big as fuck, Cisco. Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying them. Mr. Joe Pro, it's always good to have you in the chat, sir. Always good. That's right, not bad, chat. Not bad at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeet! Good to see you, buddy. All right, folks, remember, no show tomorrow. I will be filming or recording for television, so I will see you guys on Thursday. All right, no show tomorrow. We're back on Thursday. We'll do pick'ems. We'll talk. Football and all that. All right, no show tomorrow. Back on Thursday. All right. Love you guys. Until then. Do me 3 favors. Be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. $110 calories for 3 piece, son of a bitch. Goodbye, you guys. And he's making a YouTube video.